and welcome or welcome back to the channel. Today's video, it's a big one actually. I might have to start splitting these up into single months again. This is October and November 2025's. I've got completed colouring pages and whips, projects I'm working on, mainly knitting stuff. I will show everything non-colouring towards the end just for you colouring folks that aren't interested, and of course book completions and game completions that will also come in later. So first of all, for October, video wise, I did a completed pages video for you at the beginning of October the 5th. That came out. There's a London Gifties Happy Mail video, a Hashi Heroes collection video, and the new Ohuhu S unbox and review. That's the alcohol markers. And for November, the videos that went up on my channel, there was a large colouring haul, the new colour tracker by Hashi Heroes flip through. I did a full coloured pencil collection and declutter video. Check that one out if you haven't seen it. There was also on the 29th, I believe, I did a colouring haul video as well. No, the 30th that came out actually, so Sunday. So there's also a colouring haul video up. I'm gonna update my book while we're thinking about it so that my stats are right. So 4 videos each month for both months. That's not too bad for me. I do really want to do like a colour and chat video because I haven't done one for ages. I haven't had time, and it's not really the same not sitting and chatting with you guys, so I'm going to try and get one of those done. So let's see, we're starting with October and November's whips and then completed pages. So I did, if you can call it, a started page. I started in my Maggie Interiors Flowerscape and I got that far. Yep. So hopefully that won't end up a forever whip, who can tell. I'm still plodding along with my Boulder Poi page. This is a Diane Defoe book, and I've been working a little bit of forever on this fun page here. I do love how it's turning out. I just really need to just finish it really. I've done the bulk of it. Loving that one so far. That is I think it's the Derwent Chroma Flow pencils and a Posca paint pen background there. That is that one. I still have my whip going in my mythographic voyage. Kay has finished her page and it's fantastically fabulous. She's done these amazing like gold cups. Can't believe how different our pages are, to be honest. And I'm kind of hoping she will buddy with me again, even though it takes me about 12 months to do one of these pages. I'm better with other pages, but the mythographics and the Kirby and things like that, they take an age. So I'm gonna have to pull this thing out and really crack on with it, because I didn't realise just how far behind I am here. So she's got gold teacups and I've done mine in pink, and she's got like dark green leaves, and mine are all a paler green. And she's done, well, she changed her pink background that she didn't like, and it's a beautiful navy blue. I think she said she'd use the Langro. You need to check her colouring pages video out. If I do remember, I will pop it in the description to see hers. It's fabulous, whereas mine feels a bit more of like an evening scene. And you may have noticed what I've decided, the weirdness I've decided to do, and it's either going to work or it's not. It may end up looking absolutely awful, but you will notice that my water is brown. and I don't know, obviously it's kind of a Mad Hatter page. It feels to me like an Alice in Wonderland Mad Hatter's tea party page because of the tea set, and I just felt like the idea behind it is the magical teapots are flooding the world. So it felt like the thing that would come out of the magical teapots is tea. I don't know, my brain just had like a weird moment and decided that's what it was doing with it. And once I'd got it in my head, I couldn't unsee it. Her water looked fabulous. So now I'm like, oh, I hope this is going to work out okay. But that is the vision I have, and you know what, I just thought, oh, sod it, the whole point is to play and see. I'm gonna do it, and we're gonna see if we all live to rue this choice. So yeah, but I am super behind. It's because everything I do is all in pencil. There's no alcohol background, no nothing to speed my life up, because I'm frankly an idiot. So it does take me a really long time, but yeah, I am actually really enjoying the page. I just really need to finish it. I don't want this to turn into a forever whip, because I think it'll look quite fun when it's done. So that is that one. I haven't touched that for a little bit now, I'm afraid. I have been playing on this with this. It was the one that would fit into my handbag for work, so I did start a page in Christine Cowan's Little Folk, and that is this one. So obviously I've done her eyes, love how they've turned out, and then just started on the shell, because I felt like that would be the thing I would find difficult to envision colours really and what to do with it. So I've obviously gone for quite a browny yellow, and I don't know, I'm alright with it. We'll see. It's turning out okay, I think. It looks kind of like a shell ish. I mean, there's a fairy in it, so I feel like my shell can be any colour it wants really. But yeah, happy with that so far, and I'm using Prismacolor pencils on that one. I did get one of these Incalia books to try, the Chroma Ink Editions ones, and I did make a little start on this fun guy. And with these, you ink in the lines instead of colouring. Always up for trying something fun and new. So I got this far, and it's interesting, it's fun, it's intriguing, it's very different. You've got to be able to sit and just let go of your control freak nature, and for me that's quite an ask, but I feel like I did manage to do that, and I just need to get back into it. I've got some more of the pens that I like because mine had run out, so hopefully I can get back into that fun goodness. Definitely think this is the kind of thing you'll love or hate. I don't think there's going to be an in-between with that. Right, and then we're into my finished pages, and you're definitely going to see a theme here. Yeah, and there's a lot of these. So let's crack on. I have, as promised, pulled out my colour palettes for you guys. A lot of people did say, would I share those, and I most certainly will. So out of Legrand Classic Tome 11, I've done page 3, this Fun Beauty, and love these. As you guys know, I use acrylic paint pen markers in mine. Yes, you do need to do a few layers, especially in the lighter colours, if you expect them to turn out looking, you know, quite decent. And even then, you know, do remember, you might see bits and pieces. I got a bit fed up, haven't put enough layers in certain places. I'm quite happy with what I achieved with that, and I'm not bothered. And I was a bit lazy here, and I feel like I need to go back in. I went over the lines with a white, and that's such a lazy thing to do. I need to go back in and block colour that. Now I've got some white pens. So page 3, that is the colour palette that I've used for that one. You're lucky, because I never use just one set of pens, and that is mainly Guangna except for those two. So there we go. And then I also did page 4. This is super fun, colourful page, intense. That took a hot minute, Kind of love how it came out. And again, I just really want to go over, I've just done the white lines when realistically you want to colour that in to finish it off, I reckon. This was tricky, not gonna lie, but a lot of fun. I do like these more interesting ones. Page 4, that is my version of that colour palette. I keep a piece of paper in between because when you're working on these pages and they get wet from the ink on the other pages, they do transfer the black lines between, is what I found, so it just preserves that from happening. I also did the double page spread, page 5 and 6. Wow, just look at that Alice spread. Love that. Love how she turned out. Super fun. Really enjoyed that actually. They do take a while. So page 5 and 6 we have all this. That there says Guangna, and that's Guangna. That's a moonlight jelly roll glaze. And I ran out of space, but also that. Intense, yes, I know. So that was those pages in this book. There we go, I'm gonna do that. I did a page, yeah, one page in my Ice Age book. I did page 2. Bit of a stripy background, I'm afraid. That's some of the Simp markers. They're quite tricky to get the paint to fully mix. I'm just lazy and can't be bothered shaking something for about 10 minutes, but so you can see I've got quite a stripy background for an acrylic paint pen. And again, you can see I've been a bit lazy. I need to go over these. I bought a set of white acrylic paint pens, a 12-pack of the Guangna, so I can go over some of these properly now without fear of running out of all my white. I use rather an unusual cream colour, I know that. So we have page 2, one colour palette. There we go. With these tooli, that's the set, so the greens set, the blues set. Oh, that Miranda is a Langro pen. The Langro 0.6mm gel pens. So what I was doing is I just had a number 1 to 9 for each pack. So that's the Langro dark skin pack, and it's the 9th pen along. But I have more recently changed my numbering system. I've numbered all the packs in order 1 to, I think, is it 198, something like that. So that's my new colour coding system. The packs are in colour number order and the pens are in colour number order from there as well. So that's how my new system works. So that is page 2 from Ice Age. Did a whole load in my Smurfs book because I really like these. I did page 5 and that there is the colour palette for you guys. And I did page 6. So you can see how when they get wet, like the colours transfer. So I've just been leaving my pages in and it's almost like made my black pen a little bit shiny in places where it's imprinted, but at least, because I've learnt this lesson because I've wrecked a couple of my not wrecked them because I can fix them, but a couple of my Looney Tunes had printed onto each other, so I'm now just keeping a piece of plain paper in between everything. I figure when you finish the book or get further along and these early pages stop getting wet, you're probably okay, but it's because they get damp from the other paint on like the other side of the pages and things. So yeah, so that was page 6, and That is the colour palette there. These are the 1mm Langos that have the letters before the numbers. So they're still the gel pens, but the 1mm, the Lango Plus versions, as I've written there. I did page 7 as well. And as promised, one colour palette there. And I did page 8. Did I not write a colour palette out for him? Or the Smurfs. I got page 3 there. Oh. Oh, no, ignore me. There we go. Found him. So I did page 8 as well. My log choice is a little bit grey, so you might not want to go with my choice of log colours. I mean, it looks a bit interesting like the Woodstead, but I think they are quite grey. I mean, the choices looked quite grey, but yeah, it's up to you. That is my colour palette for page 8. That's everything in there. My stool's going to fall over from all these books laid on it. Then I did do another page in my Petit Prepare. Love this book. I did page 5. Do really like the colours I chose actually. Her skin could have done with another coat, I think. It's a bit patchy if I show you guys what I mean. Like just a bit patchy through here. The beauty of this is that I could fix these pages later if I want to. Colour palette for you guys. And then I've got my Princesses a book. So I've got page 3 in here. Maybe too yellow. Maybe wouldn't go as yellow as that. It's up to you. Page 3 is, that is my colour palette. So you can see that is a Lango 18. So now I'm using my 1 to 198 colour system. Back of the packs, they have numbers. I've just ordered them and created my numbering system like that. We then have page 4. Look at these bookmarks that I bought. How beautiful. All those. Love those. Right, okay, sorry, distracted. Page 4. Love how she turned out. Again, could have probably done with another coat on the hair, but I'm alright with it. I can't be bothered. I'm done. That is this one. You'll see what I mean, like up close. Can you see? It's a little bit patchy. That could be fixed with a second coat, to be honest. Got some pages in my Looney Tunes, and I will show you actually. From these aren't pages I did this time, but these are pages I had done in the beginning. And can you see the black line colour transfer? I've coloured over some of my numbers to fix some of it. It's a work in progress to fix, but so the white pages are more recent addition to save that from happening. So I've done page 3 in here. And that is my colour palette. And page 4. And that is my colour palette. Can just pause to note these down. Sorry about that, guys, can't sit there. The video would be about 10 days long. We have page 5. Love this one. I like the colours I chose as well, even the yellow. Page 5, let's see, is that one. And page 6, another fun page. I love me some Looney Tunes. Page 6 is this one. Again, I like the colours I chose. And that is that one. And I also did page 8. And again, I do actually like the colours that I chose. Let's see, there we have it. Page 8. Do like how he turned out. They're just so fun. Simple, interesting, help me relax, which is kind of the point of life, isn't it? Le Grand Classique Tome 3, I've done page 5. This is one of my older volumes that I had years ago, so I do like to come back to it and not ignore it. One of the more simple books is this one if you wanted a beginner starter volume. The Le Grand Classique 3 is definitely that. You'll get more open spaces. So page 5 is that one. And I did page 6 as well, another pupper over here. And my colour palette was that one. We're nearly there, guys. We're down to the last 4 books. So many pages for me, I know. You can tell I'm revitalised. Le Grand Classique Tome 1. Another one of those more simpler books for if you just want to try them out with less than a billion colours. Love this page. This is the page that made me want this book. So I've done page 1, a little bit of Tinkerbell, which turned out super fun. And even my light blue light has turned out quite well. You can barely see the lines through, and I have started using the white acrylic paint pens at this point to fill them in. Page 1 is there. So if they've got a letter there, the Langro acrylic pens. And I did page 2 as well. I mess this page up real bad. Not the dogs themselves, they're fab, but the background. This area here should have actually, it should look like this. And my number 1 does not. And my colours are super out of whack there as well. Like, my blues are way too dark. But, you know, mistakes happen. Life is life. I'm alright. I'll survive. I still love the dogs, but yeah, the background, don't follow my example there, it's terrible. Page 2. So maybe, you know, lighten your blues up for sure. Even though they seemed quite dark here, not so much. But apart from that, I think the other colours that I picked, other than the blues, were pretty good. I've got Le Grand Classique Tome 10. And I did page 2. Again, Simp Tap marker, a little bit stripy. Did a couple of layers and then just decided to leave it like it's the fabric pattern because it was doing my head in, quite frankly. But I like how it turned out. I'm alright with it. The page is actually quite fun for, you know, the fact that it's a big rat. Page 2, I am this one. I am happy with my colour choices, to be fair, for that page. I think it turned out okay. And I've got a couple of pages in my Mickey and Friends. Love this book. I really like this book. So this is page 3. Do like the colours I chose. Quite happy with the palette there. And he turned out really well. I didn't even make a mistake, so go me. I think anyway. I might have done, who knows. Page 3 is that one. And the other one I did in this book is page 4 as well. Oh, not even on screen. Page 4. Super cute, love this one. Again, happy with the colour choices. This needs a second layer and this. So the purple and the brown I could have done with adding another layer, to be honest. They're a little bit patchy. Page 4 is that one. So relatively simple palette there. Another coat would have fixed that though. You can see what I mean, like the purple and the patchy brown. Should have chucked another coat on that. I'm alright with it. Bothered? No. My Pokemon book. I am enjoying this. I'd already done page 1 and shared that with you in a previous video. So I've done page 2. Look at him. Super pleased with him. So the palettes are a little bit trickier, but I will show you. I am happy with the colour palette that I used. I think I've showed everything on there. And I also did, let's pop that back in there, page 3. Super love this one as well. Love the colour palette I chose. Really pleased with this. Really like this floor, the colours they've used. And again, obviously I always start from number 2. I don't put my black down. I had a little bit of an incident where I'd written the wrong line, so I had to correct. So I'm sorry for the tricky. Let's see, that's 873. That's 683, 122, 618. That is 631 and 815. T566. 797, 794 and 740 with 727. Hope that's explained the mess that I made there. And that is everything, guys, colour pages wise. So that is all that. I want to share also my so October I coloured, completed 12 pages. I made 4 videos, well, uploaded 4 videos. I completed 2 games. One was Little Nightmares 3, which it was very good. It's a 2-player online or cooperative game, but it was really short, disappointingly short. It's been getting a bit of a slating about it, but it was good. It's a little horror like run through RPG That was super fun. Played it with my sister. And I also completed, they've remastered and rebrought out like a new version of the old Plant vs Zombies game, and they've called it Plant vs Zombies Replanted. Played that on the Switch. That was a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Highly recommend that. Well worth the money. A lot of replayability with that. A lot of challenges in it, like different puzzle games and levels. So I think people will really enjoy that, to be honest. I think like we should zoom in a little bit. There we go. Books read. I've been reading a series by Rachel Kane. It's about the wife and family of a serial killer after he gets caught, like them being like, you know, well, first hunted and traumatized by him and his followers and like online trolls. And there's a series, I think it's about 7 books in the set. The first book was called Stillhouse Lake. Amazing, very good. I've read it before, but I reread the first one just to remind myself where I was at. So I read the second book in that series, Kilman Crate. I've been rereading the Anne Bishop Black Jewels books, and I reread book 4, The Invisible Ring, and book 5, Dreams Made Flesh. Highly recommend any Anne Bishop book, they're amazing. I remembered a book from my youth. Who remembers L.J. Smith? He wrote, or she wrote, they wrote the Vampire Diaries, which became, you know, of course, the Vampire Diaries TV series. But as a teenage fiction, also wrote the Forbidden Game trilogy. They're 3 books. They're very good. They're very much teenage fiction. And I bought that trilogy because I don't even know why it popped in my head, but I loved those as a kid, and I rebought those. So when I say read, I listen, because I can't read books really anymore because of my migraines, but I get them all on audiobook. So to me, it's the same thing. I read occasionally, but not often. So I read the Forbidden Game 1, The Hunter, and book 2, The Chase. I have read those before, but they're fabulous books, and I've still got number 3, The Kill, to read. It's on my audiobook library now, ready to go. I also read book 6 and 7 and 8 in the Black Jewels books, which of course is Tangled Web, The Shadow Queen, and Shalador's Lady. Again, I've read all those before. I'm rereading the series because she's come out with 3 new books in that series. I know, wow. And I have read one of them, but the 2 latest books in the old Black Jewels books I haven't read, so I am working my way up to the 2 new ones. So I read 8 books and completed 2 games. And for November, I've done myself a little colouring plan challenge still. I, of course, did the 4 videos. I completed 13 pages, and then I completed 1 game. I finished Astrobot. Astrobot is a game for the PlayStation. It's actually really fun. It's a platformer. They've kind of brought out their own little avatar guy. You know, they're trying to make it like their version of Mario, I think. So he's their little, you know, mascot. It was very fun. It's quite difficult to find all the stuff, as always, or that's just me. I'm terrible at games, so what's difficult for me might be easy for you guys, but I did actually find that one quite a lot of fun. The premise of it is quite intriguing, and the levels are quite clever and, you know, beautiful and interesting. And it was actually like, the whole thing is your ship is a PlayStation 5 and it's been attacked by an alien and like ripped apart, and you crash land on your base planet, and you're trying to steal back all the different parts from your ship that have been, like, you know, scattered about the, I don't know, universe, I guess, from different bosses. So it is actually quite fun. Very interesting. You collect back astrobots like that have been lost to unlock levels, and yeah, it's interesting. I'm sticking with interesting. I actually really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. I think the best game I've played this year has been Stellar Blade, to be honest. That was fantastic. It's probably one of the few games that I'm actually going to replay. I don't like to waste, you know, I've got a very big backlog, people, to replay, but it's fantastic. And I have heard they've brought out a little bit of DLC, so I've gone off on a tangent there, but I did complete Astrobot and it was fun. I did mention my other two games, didn't I, that I had completed. Yeah, I did. I'm getting lost. Books read for November. I've been reading C.R. Dames, the Tasmanian books, and they're very weird. They're a little bit out there. They're about they're very sci-fi. So they're about a woman who wants to go into the Tasmanian Special Forces. They don't allow women. So in the first book, it's all about her trying to like qualify and get into like this elite task force that don't want her in there, and essentially try to kill her to stop it happening. And then the second book is, you know, much along the same lines of them going on missions. Of One Mind is the third book, and there is another one, I believe, and I've just really enjoyed. I just like Jolie, which is the main character. I really love, as a woman, I think I like female protagonists. I just do. I don't know, it's difficult. I will read you know, Jim Butcher and stuff like that, but I'm always more drawn towards a female protagonist. I've also started to reread my Kim Harrison The Hollows series. They're an amazing series of books about, yeah, you guessed it, a vampire, a witch and a pixie all walk into a bar that live together. And I can't remember what the witch is called. She's the main character. She lives with a vampire called Ivy and a pixie called Jenks, and it's all about their adventures. It's a long series, and I read the first few a good long few years ago and just decided like I'm going to restart. So I read book 1, which is Dead Witch Walking. I also read started reading again the other Rachel Caine series that I love, the Morganville Vampires. I've read most of those but not the last couple, so I thought, ooh, fun. So I read the first 2 books in the Morganville series, which is Glass Houses and The Dead Girls Dance, and they are very good. They're a bit more teenage fiction, realistically. But they're about a town that is just controlled and owned and kept by vampires, and the people that live in that town and how they, you know, continue on with their lives. And a clever underage student that goes to Morganville to do like her first year to get into MIT or something, that ends up trapped there, and all about her, you know, struggles and life, and it's really good. I did, of course, read the new Anne Bishop book that has just come out. It's the Isle of Wight series. Book 1 is Turns of Fate. That is recently out. That was fantastic, amazing, as always. Very much other, like her books are. This one is, well, all about the what they call the Arcana, which live on the Isle of Wight, and the people from the mainland, like interacting and dealing with them and trying to keep the peace. And it does remind you a lot of the courtyard dynamic from the others, if you've read the others series. But it was really good, a good first book, and I'm just like chewing at the bit for the second one, to be honest. And then, of course, I did also read the third book in the Stillhouse Lake set by Rachel Caine, which is Wolf Hunter River. Again, really good. That series is going strong. Those were new books for me, the 2 and the 3 of the Stillhouse Lake books. So yeah, I'm really enjoying those so far as well. Hope this has been a little bit helpful and not super boring for you guys. So that was that and what I've been doing. So I managed to read 6 books for November and complete 1 game, which is good. Feel like I'm more accomplished now. I'm logging everything in my book instead of just my colouring and feeling like I don't do anything all month, when realistically, you know, I've done my other hobbies. And then finally I have my knit projects that I'm going to show you of what I am working on and where I'm at. Unfortunately I've no completions at the minute. I've just not been in the mood apparently to do anything but start new projects on everything. So I have 3 on the go at the minute. The last one I finished was that duck egg blue scarf that I shared with you all in the chunky knit, and I am working on another one in this beautiful navy blue, really nice chunky navy blue. I'm knitting, it's just a simple knit stitch with a 12mm needle, which is a US 17 if that's helpful, but it's a 12mm needle, nice and big. I do like the circular knitting needles. I love these acrylic ones, super slippy. This is a scarf for my husband. I did promise to make him one. It was supposed to be ready for Christmas, but I'm not sure it's gonna be long enough, so it might not be ready in time, but I'm trying. I need to zoom out, don't I? Why didn't I do that? Ooh, we've zoomed out too far. So yeah, this is how far I've got. So I need to work on that, because if I could get that done in time for Christmas, that would be nice. I would like to. Let's pop you there. I'm still working on, I don't know if I've shown you guys this project before, my Doctor Who scarf. Anyone who knows. Super fun little skinny project. It's supposed to look like they're really colourful, and I was trying to make it super long like the Doctor Who scarf, and so far, in fairness, I've got this far. So it's a variegated fun cotton, well, acrylic, I shouldn't say cotton, it's acrylic, and it's a simple knit stitch. I think it's a 20 wide stitch. I'm using 6mm needles for this one, and again it's coming along super slow, but I really need to like leave these alone until I finish my blue one. And then I'm still on with, and it is slowly getting longer, I'm still doing it, I've not given up, I really want to do this one, my cable knit headband. So this is my first like intricate pattern piece, and in fairness, I don't do things by halves. I gone straight from beginner knit stitch to, oh my god, what am I doing? But I don't think I've done too bad a job for my first try in anything intense, especially cable knitting. And yeah, it's an 8-row repeat pattern that is working up to be hopefully a really nice headband. It was supposed to be for my mum, but I don't know, I super like it, and I can tell that it may end up being mine, and I'll have to make her another one and take 10 years doing that. But yeah, so that one is like super intense, but I figure I'm over halfway at this point. My head's not too massive and they are stretchy, so I'm past the halfway point and just need to keep on with that. So yeah, that's everything I've been doing for the last 2 months, to be fair. I feel like I've been doing quite a bit, to be honest. What have you all been doing? Are you ready for Christmas? Are you wrapping? That's what I'll be doing next weekend for sure. I've managed to do my Christmas shopping. I just need to wrap it all, which takes me forever. And I hope you have a fabulous week, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.